Hello everyone, welcome to today's video, which is something very different from my usual content. When I first started my channel, I used to do something called Talk Tuesdays. And in those videos, I would just sit here and talk about, I don't even remember what I talked about, honestly, but just things that I was interested in or things that I wanted to bring attention to. And at the time, my audience was very, very small. Again, this was at the very beginning of my channel. And since I've been on YouTube for about 7.5 years now, it has probably been like 6 years since I've done a Talk Tuesday. Now, I don't know if this video is going up on a Tuesday, so I'm not calling it Talk Tuesdays, but I've just had something on my mind that I've been mulling over for the last couple of weeks about doing a video on. And basically, I've been talking myself out of it. But then I remembered that I used to do Talk Tuesdays and they were, I think, well received. So I thought, why not sit down and just talk about what's been on my mind? I know my Risa Does Makeup family and anyone else who might be watching could maybe, I don't want to say benefit from it, but might be interested in hearing my thoughts on this topic. And of course, I would love to hear your thoughts on this topic in the comments, and maybe we can have an open-minded discussion. So what exactly am I talking about? Yes, I know I've been rambling for a minute, at least so far. Well, the whole idea for this video stemmed from a video reel that I posted on Instagram. If you're not on Instagram, Instagram reels are just short videos. They can be makeup tutorials, they can be clothing try-ons. And about 2 weeks ago, I posted this video just showing a few different outfits that I had purchased from H&M. And while the majority of the comments on that video are extremely positive, one of the first comments I received was, and I wrote it down because I deleted it immediately and then I blocked this person. So I had to quickly do a mind screenshot of what she said and write it down so I would remember. So what she said was, none of these are age appropriate, but you never care about looking ridiculous, always trying to look like a 20 or 30-year-old woman. Now, if you're new here, I am about to turn 50. And no, I don't think I try to dress like a 20 or 30-year-old woman. But then my question is, what is a 20-year-old woman supposed to dress like versus a 30-year-old woman versus a 40-year-old woman versus a 50-year-old woman? And why exactly do we put these constraints on ourselves? So shortly after that video was posted, I was scrolling through TikTok and a video from a 52-year-old content creator came on my feed, and she was responding to a similar comment. Over on TikTok, you can do video responses to comments. And she was wearing some low-rise jeans and a crop top. And the person's comment was something to the effect of, "You're too old to wear that." Now, this woman has a flawless figure. She has a perfectly flat stomach. She looks incredible. So there was a discourse in the comments, again, most being positive, women supporting women, but then there were so many comments just kind of ripping her apart. I think she deleted a lot of them, as I would, but it was just so disheartening to see women going after each other in this way because of what one deems age appropriate when it comes to clothing. That is a term that I really wish would just be washed out of our vernacular. And I would also respectfully ask that we stop using the term real women. That's another word that really gets to me, and I think, why? Why are we calling anyone a real woman? Specifically when it comes to their size, what they choose to wear, what they choose to do in their personal lives. We're all real women, whether we are a size 24 or a size 2. If we're single, married, choose to dress up every day, choose to wear sweatpants every day, we are all real women. But getting back to the age appropriate comments, they're very disheartening for me for reasons that I'm assuming you can already gather. I just really dislike when women put down other women for any reason. I find it to be just very unnecessary. And I've been on the internet, on social media for a long time, as I said, so I've gotten used to those types of comments, and I'm never going to think that simply because I put myself out there that they're okay. I get it, it's gonna happen. And those kind of comments, like I read you moments ago, are going to come in. And being that I have a platform, I also have the opportunity to speak my piece and say that that's just not okay. Will me putting this video out stop it? No, I am well aware of that. I'm not naive enough to think that the comments won't happen. But if I can reach at least one person out there watching who is going to, in the next hour or day or week, watch another woman's video, think that what she's wearing is way too young for her, and just scroll on by instead of leaving that sort of comment. And aside from that, taking the social media aspect out of it, let's talk about society in general and why we feel that some things are age appropriate and some things are not. And why is it okay to defend women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s that shop at Chico's and J. Jill and the more conservative types of stores, the more modest and conservative, at least that's how a lot of us view those stores in our minds. Why is it okay to defend people that shop at those stores, but not okay to defend people that choose to dress younger, that choose to wear cutoff shorts, that choose to wear tight dresses at 50, that choose to wear something more low cut, that choose to wear ripped jeans and a crop top? 99% of the time, what someone else wears does not affect you in any way. So why even address it or pay attention to it or make someone else feel badly for how they are choosing to dress? And I'm focusing on the whole fashion aspect of it because that's really what I want to talk about in this video. I know I've touched on some other areas as well, but I really do want to focus just on the whole fashion and age appropriate term when it comes to fashion. Otherwise, this video could go on forever because my regular viewers know that I can talk and talk and talk and talk. So I'm going to try to be a little bit more concise. I asked someone in the comments of that other creator's video, I said, are you okay with this outfit if a 20-year-old were wearing it? And she said, yes. So my next question was, why? Why is it okay for a 20-year-old to wear jeans and a crop top, but not okay for a 52-year-old to wear jeans and a crop top, especially if she looks as amazing as she does? We don't walk around with our ages plastered on our head. I have seen very recently women and men that are in their 30s that look like they're in their 50s or even 60s. And I've also seen some women and men in their 50s and 60s that I would have guessed to be 32 or 33. These days, it's very, very difficult to accurately guess how old someone is. But again, I wanted to know what made her feel that the outfit was okay for the 20-year-old, but not for the 54-year-old. And she just said it's about class and having respect for yourself. And I'm very open-minded. I like to hear counterpoints, and I will internalize them and think about them and, consider that point of view. But I really couldn't make sense of her response as far as calling the jeans and a crop top unclassy or not classy, or it somehow represents some type of insecurity. In my perspective, I would think that this woman works very, very hard for that physique. If you're over 40, over 50, you know how difficult it is to keep a flat stomach. I don't know if she'd had work done. It doesn't matter to me. But she looked amazing. Show off your hard work. Show off how good you look. And once again, I'm putting this out on the internet. So yes, I am opening myself up to criticism. And I know there will be comments saying the way a person looks is so unimportant. Why do you even care? We shouldn't care so much about our looks. It's what's inside. I get that. But I also live in reality. Like it or not, a well-dressed person that walks in a room with confidence is going to be treated with more respect than someone who walks in wearing their pajamas and their hair all disheveled. These are just realities. Maybe I'm wrong, but I've lived for almost 50 years and this is what I've seen. And I think research shows, especially in the workforce, that people who are more put together, not necessarily more attractive, although I think there have been studies on that prove that, yes, more attractive people get more privilege in life. I think they call it pretty privilege. So like it or not, those things count for something in our society. And as I'm saying that, I guess the rebuttal could be, like it or not, people are going to comment on what people wear, especially older women, and they are going to think that at a certain age, you need to stop wearing certain things. And if that's your belief, I'm not going to cut you down for that. I will say that I disagree vehemently. I think that there is no age limit when it comes to clothing. If something makes you feel good, if you look in the mirror, and I've said this about makeup too. Most of my channel, if you're new here, is about makeup. I review makeup, I post makeup tutorials. I was a makeup artist for more than 20 years. So that is what I preach in my makeup videos, that we should all wear what we like, because people say the same thing about these so-called rules when it comes to makeup. They say that after 40, you shouldn't wear black eyeliner, you shouldn't wear any glitter, you shouldn't wear any shimmer, you shouldn't wear anything that's matte, you shouldn't wear this, you shouldn't wear that. And the same thing with clothing. You shouldn't wear miniskirt, you shouldn't wear a crop top. I think I'm repeating myself because I mentioned all those things towards the beginning of this video. So yeah, I just don't get it. And I just don't think that that is a mentality that we should have any longer. So I guess the point of this video is not only to hear what you guys have to say, read your thoughts on this issue, but I'm also hoping to maybe open up some minds. Maybe you are someone who judges women for the way they dress, or you have these ideas in your head that you're too old to wear XYZ. I want you to really think about why, where that's coming from, what that's rooted in, and maybe get out of your comfort zone once in a while. I do know, because I've gotten this feedback in my videos, much nicer feedback than what that lady left on my H&M reel, but I have had people comment saying that they feel that pressure to conform to what women of a certain age are supposed to wear, what's age appropriate. So if I can convince you to step out of your comfort zone a little bit and just feel confident. If there's a dress that you've been wanting to wear, but maybe you've looked at it and said, it's a little bit too short, or maybe that's showing a little bit too much cleavage. If you put it on and you feel like $1,000,000, you should wear it. If you put it on and you feel uncomfortable, like you're going to be tugging at the dress all night, or you're going to be covering yourself like this when you walk into a restaurant, then no, don't wear it. There's a difference there. Wearing something that you feel confident in and you're exuding that confidence, or wearing something that you're just kind of testing out, but you're not very comfortable in. There have definitely been times where I have tried on dresses or outfits in a fitting room and I've looked and said, I just feel like I'm really not comfortable in this. Not that it's too young for me, but it just doesn't fit my body and it just doesn't make me feel confident. So I want you to take the age factor out of the equation, because it really should be more about what you put on your body that makes you feel confident, where you can stand up tall, walk into a room, and have heads turn, not because you're wearing something that's too young for you, but because you're wearing something that you are rocking, that you just feel incredible in. And I want that for everyone. So my goal with this video was not to put anyone down. I hope I didn't do that. I'm not putting down anyone who chooses to dress more conservatively. I think that is part of my point, is that we should all be accepted for our choices, especially when they do not affect others in any way. You choosing to shop at Chico's or J. Jill, and me choosing to shop on Revolve, or heck, even Forever 21 or H&M, and pick out dresses that you think are too young for me, that I'm trying to look like a 20 or 30-year-old, those choices should be respected on both sides. So I think I could probably go on and on for the next 10-15 minutes about this topic, but I think I'm going to leave it right here. I am going to be checking in on your comments and reading them and responding to as many as I can. If any of you would like to do your own video on this subject, I would love to see it. I would love to hear your thoughts in either a comment or a video, because I think this is a discussion that needs to be had. I think that women over 40 are finally making ourselves more loud. We're not going to be dismissed anymore. We're not going to be put in the corner anymore. I know we're all thinking of Nobody Puts Baby in a Corner, because we're all around that age, so we're thinking of Dirty Dancing. We will not be put in a corner. We will not accept invisibility anymore, although I know there are some women who actually like being invisible, because there is a downside to being visible, as we all know. But again, it's about choices, and it's about respecting people's choices. And I think that we need to let the fashion industry and the beauty industry know that we are loud and proud, and we are confident, and we have money to spend, and we are supporting each other in all of our endeavors instead of trying to knock each other down. So I want to thank you all so much for watching this very different video for me. If you enjoyed it, I always appreciate you giving the video a thumbs up. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, I do put out new content, not typically this content, more fashion, beauty, and lifestyle content, 2 to 3 times per week. You can also find me over on Instagram and on TikTok and on Facebook. My username is the same everywhere. It's Risa Does Makeup. Thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.